How you doing? This is Sean McVeigh with Sean's Outdoor Adventures. If you've been following my channel, you know that I did a map reading challenge this year. I had 4 teams, 3 guys on each team, so there's 12 guys. And we went out on a challenge hunt. But one of the fun things I did as part of this is I gave each team one night to prepare some kind of a venison or outdoor related dish as one of the things that I would make a video for that team. And some guys were a little more culinary talented or gifted than others on team, so it very often came to one guy doing his own thing. In this video, you are going to see Andrew Penzie make It's Not Your Mama's Sloppy Joe. So let's check in with Andrew to get the recipe and how it all goes together.
What's up, everybody? It's Andrew Penzie here from the Map Reading Challenge, and today we are bringing you something very special indeed. Team Maryland is going to prepare for you a little something we like to call This Ain't Your Mama's Sloppy Joes, and it's a recipe we're just winging as we go here. But you might have noticed I have a boatload of beautiful venison behind me, harvested by moi from last season. Nice and cleaned, parts from all over the animal, beautiful pieces of meat. And the plan is we're going to hit them with a little spice mix, dust them with a little bit of flour, add in some fresh herbs, cook it lightly in some oil on the pan here, and then we're going to put the whole mess into the big Goliath in the back here and let it stew for a while with some chicken broth, maybe a little touch of cider vinegar, some tomato paste. Like I said, this is an original recipe, so we're going to kind of make do with what we got. Some spices I'm looking at, some ground mustard, maybe a little onion powder, garlic, touch of cumin, some coriander. This stuff goes great on everything, by the way. My secret weapon, a couple orange peels in there, give it a little bit of zing. We got some paprika, maybe a little Ancho Chili Powder for a little kick. A little touch of Chinese 5 spice, that's also second secret weapon of mine. And the basic salt, pepper, you know the drill. So I'm going to get started here, and then I'll catch up with you a little bit and let you know what's next. Alright, I got the venison all spiced up, spicy, nicey. And I drop it in the flour there. This is the technique. A little dusting of flour, give it a little shake, and what do you call this? Strainer. Helps the excess flour go off. And then from there, a couple more in here. Small batches work best for this. It helps if you get flour everywhere in the kitchen, which is the way I like to do it. Into the hot wok it goes. Splash a little oil around too. That kind of adds to the ambiance. Just let that brown up a little bit, and then we'll just keep on going. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Need I say more? Hey, speaking of time, it's after 10 o'clock and I should be going to sleep and packing the car for tomorrow morning for the map reading challenge. But here I am cooking up a meal because you want 12 other guys that camp angry at you because, you know, you don't have a good meal for them. I don't. So that's why I'm here doing what I'm doing. Herbs and garlic, our meat. Oh yeah. Woo. And then chicken stock and some tomato paste going in the pan. Alright, so the meat is simmering back here with a tightly covered lid. There's just enough liquid to kind of come to the top of the meat. So this is going to simmer for a few hours. Yes, a few hours. So if I am sleeping in the tree stand tomorrow while a big buck walks under me, that's the reason. That's my excuse right there, because I am not going to get a lot of sleep tonight. Let me just tell you that David is bringing to this party, because David, of course, is Team Maryland as well. David is going to bring a killer batch of onions and peppers that we're going to combine once we get into camp. And then, yeah, critical there, onions and peppers. And then Lewis is just an epic guy. So Lewis is bringing epic coleslaw to the party. So we got a complete meal going. The last step I have to do here tonight is make some sauce. So I'll show you what we're combining as we do it. We're going to give this a shot of ketchup. You need to put exactly that much ketchup. Got it? Okay, exactly that much. Precisely this much mustard. I like the stone ground mustard or the, whole mustard seed guys. Here's the secret weapon again, number 3. Secret weapon number 3. Apple jam, because we be jamming. So, little apple jam, it's fall time. What the heck? Good old Worcestershire sauce. Always spices things up a bit nicely. We got some teriyaki, some actually island soyaki, because that's, from the islands. Little bit of honey. Some molasses, because some good things are just worth waiting for. Come on, baby. Come on. Oh, there she is. All right. Precisely that much molasses. Little shot, some more cider vinegar. And a bit of brown sugar. Yay, that much. Yeah, that's good. Okay. I might add to this party a little bit of the spices that we had from the spice mix earlier, just to give it a little more balance. And then we're going to go to camp and combine all this up together, have a killer feast. So I'll see you there. Alright, so we made a version of Sloppy Joe that we call, it ain't your mama's Sloppy Joe.
It's not what?
It ain't your mama's Sloppy Joe. But it's just basically like a fancy Sloppy Joe. And
well, hold on, let's see it.
Alright, where we use like cubes of venison, kind of flour them, brown them, and then stew them for a long time, 3.5 hours to be exact, when I was supposed to be packing up for the map reading challenge. But and then a bunch of spices and stuff, which I cover in a separate video. And
it took a couple hours to find the coleslaw in a bag.
Lewis was supposed to bring epic coleslaw.
And it's epic, all right.
And it's epic, but this is just slaw. It's not the coleslaw.
It said coleslaw on it. So
and then David,
I'm sorry.
is supposed to bring the onions and peppers, and this is the cooked onions and peppers. So
I didn't quite get there yet, huh?
yeah, so the onions and peppers, I think we'll just.
So luckily the Ain't Your Mama Sloppy Joe's is really good. You don't need any other
So
stuff.
we got some.
Oh, look
warm
at
rolls?
that's what it's all about right there.
Yeah.
I can't wait to sink my teeth into that.
We're good to go.
All right, boys, I'm excited. How is it, sir?
It's excellent.
Obviously, there's hardly any left. How about you, Eric? What do you think of this stuff?
It's delicious.
Steve?
Wonderful, wonderful.
You guys really sell it. God. Yeah, I forgot the video when I was eating mine. I scarfed that thing
Can I
down.
have more, please?
It's very good.
Like that junk from last night's any good.
Folks, I want to thank you for tuning in to this, and I got to tell you, it was delicious. I really enjoyed it. So definitely give it a try. And I know I recently was talking to Andrew. He's planning to make a whole bunch of other recipe videos because he had so much fun making this one. If you are interested in that, I will put a link to his channel. I'm going to ask him to make a playlist, and maybe I can link that playlist in the description section of this video. Coming up next, we got another tasty little recipe for some venison coming up from one of the guys from one of the other teams. Stay tuned for that. Until then, take care and God bless.